Now, a security analyst is urging government to emphasize social justice and equity over militarization in dealing with the threat of terrorism. Ghana's fight against terrorism and extremism is expected to gain much momentum as government secures some $150 million to invest in security infrastructure against a spillover from the Sahel region. According to the Vice President, the money will go into improving facilities and security in 48 MMDAs, the northern sectors and border towns of the 4 West African countries.
The project has been conceived and designed to address the effects of the spillover of conflicts and extremism from the Sahel region, reduce vulnerability because of exposure to the impacts of climate change, strengthen local institutions, improve economic opportunities, and build public trust. This is very significant as countries all over the world are pursuing strategies to address these challenges in view of the anticipated worsening of the situation if the necessary interventions are not promptly instituted. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the COCO Project, as conceptualized, takes cognizance of regional perspectives and impact of the issues that are common to the 4 countries, whilst enabling country-led actions that respond to local needs. It also leverages experience sharing on prevention of the spillover effects from the Sahel, fragilities, climate-related risks in the 4 participating Gulf of Guinea countries, as well as conflict prevention for the affected countries.
Now, the Gulf of Guinea Northern Region's Social Cohesion Project comes shortly after the Accra Initiative Conference that saw 7 African countries engage in strategies to avoid attacks in the sub-region. Local Government Minister Dan Botwe has been explaining to Joy News how the project will be rolled out.
It's a regional project, as you might have heard. It involves La Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, and Benin. And then so we are going to fight all these things together. The Ghana is $450 million project. Ghana has 150, La Côte d'Ivoire 150, Benin $90 million, and Togo $60 million. The project, as designed, has about 5 components. But the first 2 components that directly affect the communities is to invest in community resilience and inclusion, and then also build foundation and capacity for inclusive and resilient communities. So that is how the program has been designed. And there have been a lot of training activities among the districts. We have 48 district assemblies who are involved in this project, and they have been selected based on their vulnerability index and other things. And it's happening in Upper East, Upper West, Northern Region, Northeast, Savannah, and Oti regions. We are still in the design phase. As you might have heard, it was launched by the Vice President on Friday, the 25th of November, and we are still working on we have the program action manual and everything implementation programs. Various committees are being formed. Training programs are being done now, and we are very confident that early next year the project will take off.
Yes, you've talked about training programs, but what other areas will this be? Will the money be concentrated?
You see, it will require the component that deals with socio-economic infrastructure. And it will be demand-driven. Each district will be divided into clusters, making up of about 7 to 8 communities will form a cluster, and they will determine the things that they need. It could be schools, it could be chief compounds, feeder roads, dams, and all that. All these things will be done in the clusters that have been formed within each district. Each district also will have, each cluster will have a community facilitator, people who will be asked to wear existing communities in the various districts will be meeting together with chiefs, opinion leaders, building cohesion, so as to ensure that they are not susceptible to this extremists and the Sahel, the conflict and violence coming from the spillover from the conflicts and the extremism from the Sahel region. So that's the whole idea, to build their capacity to make sure that they are able to withstand some of these pressures, and also take advantage to deal with issues of climate change that come along with these conflicts and extremism.